All right, so this is the Dead 2 Max. So in the back here, you'll see the battery, and then there's two SD cards, one here and another here in the bottom. Kind of hard to reach. I guess it's easier without the battery. So over here. Okay, so one SD card records the left eye, the other SD card records the right eye. So from here, you'll see a few buttons. There's a power button. It takes about 20 seconds to start up. There's the back button, there's left, right, and then this is the shutter. It's also for selecting options in the menu. So the menu you'll see is pretty simple. Hang on. Alright, so first option is photo, and then there's video, there's wireless, there's settings, and there's Ethernet. So to take a photo from the camera menu, just press the shutter, like, press this button. To start recording a video, you switch to the video, and then just press record to start, and then another to stop. This is if you switch here, you could turn off or turn on the Wi-Fi. Settings lets you change from Wi-Fi 5G to 2.4G. It will show you the IP address. You could format the SD card or reset the settings. And then for the Ethernet, you could switch between static or DHCP. Anyway, you can see the controls are very simple and easy to use. The only thing is that there's very limited options from the on-camera menu. Like, for example, you can't choose resolution or anything. For those, you'll need the app. So here with the Wi-Fi turned on, I'm going to launch the app. So first thing to do is connect to the settings. By the way, there are two modes to connect to it. One of them is you're connecting directly from the camera to the phone. There's another way, which is the wireless LAN mode, where both of them are connected to the same wireless network. But that one, though, I couldn't figure out how to activate that mode. Anyway, so Wi-Fi mode, I'm switching to looking for the Wi-Fi signal, so it's over there. Default password is 1234567 So once it's connected, give it a sec. Then you can launch the Dead 2 Max app. So this is the Dead 2 Max app. It will show you like the battery capacity. It will show you the amount of memory left in each memory card. Then you press this button to bring up the live view. So from the live view, you can it's about, I would say, around 10 frames per second in terms of the refresh rate. So you could switch between this view, or you could expand the screen, and you could look around. And this one is like a fisheye view, also in 360. This is like a crystal ball view. You could zoom in, zoom out. This is a tiny planet view. So here the first set of settings, you could switch between 2D and 3D. You could also change the resolution, but in this prototype I could only choose from, there was only one option. This one is whether you're going to use real-time stitching or post-processing. And then the last one is to turn RAW mode on or off. The second tab, you could choose between auto exposure or manual exposure. For manual exposure, you could choose the ISO from 100 to 6400 in one-stop increments. And the shutter speed is from half second to 1/8000, I believe. Yes. And the exposure, the live preview is going to show you the exposure in real time. So Finally, you could change the white balance, and there's like presets. So either there's auto, and then there's like a bunch of presets, and you could change the color temperature, like like uh, in terms of like 500-degree Kelvin increments. So finally, there's a HDR setting. Now this is like not real HDR. It will increase the dynamic range, but mm, it's not a multiple exposure HDR. So you could adjust the intensity of the effect. So if you could see that with a higher HDR, that there's more of a shadow recovery effect, kind of. So here again, it's 0. You can see there's no detail, and then at 100 you could see detail in the shadows, but the highlights don't seem to be affected. And then this is to reset to the default settings. Let's bring it to 100, or 67 or 70 or something. The third page is you could change the this kind of like the appearance. So this one is kind of like a contrast or clarity. So if you could see that if I decrease like that, it becomes contrasty. And then this is like a low contrast. This one is brightness, I guess. And this one, I'm not sure, but I think it's sharpness. This one is the saturation. So and then besides the these options, you could also switch from photo to video, and then video, of course, you have slightly different settings. I'm not sure what this is, but it says fast or slow. Not sure what. I think it's a frame rate, if you want to shoot at a high frame rate or not. And then the other settings are pretty similar. Of course, there's no manual exposure. Well, in some cameras there is manual exposure, but this one doesn't. There's exposure compensation plus minus 3 EV. And let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then there's live streaming mode. I haven't tried this, but in live streaming mode, you could also adjust the settings, I guess. Now, one interesting feature here is there's a kind of like an object tracking mode. Let's see. If we go to video and then you switch to tap on this button, the upper right corner, it's like object tracking. Let me try it again. There. So in object tracking mode, you could draw hang on, it's glitching. You could draw a target around your subject, let's say here, but I'm not sure exactly what that does, because 360 cameras are pan-focal anyway, so I'm not sure what effect this does. Is it going to optimize the exposure for that or something? Well, anyway, this one says successful, but okay. Now what? I don't know the effect. I guess I'll find out from them. So yeah, so that's how to control the D2 Max.